I'm back. So we've got that. We've got the octave rule, which is almost similar. You know, it uses the same thing that when you go up 2 like this, you're going down 2 from the root, right? So from root, you go up 2, 4 to 7, it loops around again. You're going down in the scale. You're going down 2 boxes, which is one scale member, except for that 7 there. It doesn't seem right, does it? But it works. It works over here. See, it doesn't work everywhere. I kind of realized that. It doesn't work everywhere. It works over here on this part of this pattern stack, which is, if you learn this pattern stack, you could play anything. It's just that you should know this pattern stack too, you know, because it's important, and they share characteristics, so you can go from one to the other. You know, it's a freedom thing. But you get this right here. It works for this stack, the modal scale stack, start point stack. Okay, so this is it. This is the magic stack, and it comes from this pattern here, the long open capo pattern stack, right? Whoop, we don't want it moving out of view. Root 2, 3, 4, whoop, 5, 6, 7. All right, so it means if I start on a 7 here, let's say G, let's take F sharp. Now we don't know what we're doing. I can't cheat and look at the colors of the notes because they're getting a little complicated. Here's F sharp, right? Skip 2 up there, and I'm 1 below F sharp. All right, so if F sharp is the 7th, then I'm on the 6th of F sharp. Okay, so F sharp would be the 7th of G, and the 6th of F sharp should be E, and that's what it is. It's a green note right there. You can almost see it, almost, but I still haven't perfected where or how. You see that green note right there? You can almost see it. It goes down the line like that. It's just a trick, and it's a way to learn about how the guitar is laid out, how it's arranged. It has repeatability 1 string down, and that's interesting. So now we're going to move to the second half, which we don't have as much time, but we probably aren't going to have to talk that much about this stuff, because this is a new topic to me. I saw a video last night, Eric Haugen, talking about some modal, some minor progressions and stuff, and how we should count the minor from the minor key from the minor note that we're starting. So in other words, instead of looking at C minor as the relative 6th of E flat and saying that, you know, the relative 6th is the 6th. That's what they call it, the relative 6th. So instead of looking at C minor over here, all right, as the 6th, we would somehow give it its own number. So I did a little chart here, and I found some stuff, some of my older charts and stuff that I saved. And over here at the 6th here, all right, so the C minor, if you want to call C 1, that then over here on the you know, y coordinate minus y coordinate, that would be the 6th of the parent key. This is what this is saying. But then I have some rules here that, and of course up here we have the all stars. Up here we have our patterns. Okay, now the easiest ones to learn for pentatonics are these two. For pentatonics, now they don't sit on top of each other quite evenly. So you have to line them up so that 6 would go 6, 7, root 2. So the 2 would go on top of the 6. Okay, and they're always going to justify like that. Whenever you're putting an S3S on top of an S2L, it's going to be, the 6 is going to be underneath the 2, and the 7 is going to be underneath the 3. Whenever you're putting and then when you're going to put a S2L on top of the S3S, all right, and once again, it has to be lined up properly so that the root is under the 4 and the 2 is under the 5. Root 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so how does that end up doing? Let me get out of the drawing mode a second. So we got the S3S here, and this is how you're going to build your pentatonic scales. All right. It's going to go 6 over the 2 like this. All right. And that's the way that's going to sit up there. Making sure it's all in perfect fourths, right? It's all in perfect fourths. I'm a real stickler for this stuff. 6 goes to 2, 7 goes to 3. Now, when S3S is underneath the S2L, it's going to be on the other side. Same thing. The same checkpoint here where you get I try to make them as even as I can get them, right? You get 2 goes to 5, and then you got root goes to 4. Okay? And it stacks up kind of like that. Now, if we were to use the S3L, the 7 just to the left of the root would be directly under the 3. And over here, the lowest member of the S3L, which is the diatonic scale, one of the building blocks for diatonic scale, the 4 would be over here over the R. So it would stack easier. You can see it'd be a 7 there and a 4 there. Makes it easier to stack it. So those are our all stars up there. Okay. So let's just, we have the S3XL. We're not going to go about how that was derived. Now this one's interesting because you take a S2L in the middle here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7R, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7R. What's this? This is the top member of the S3L, 7R2. This is the bottom member of the S3Ls. Okay, it's not as bad as you think. What it means is that this stacks on top there. Okay, it stacks on top there. So something like this. It stacks right there. That's what when I mean when I say this is the bottom member of that. And you know, the same thing with when this is the top member, this guy goes underneath here. So this would be 5, 6, 2, 3, 4. Okay, instead of looking at it as a complicated sandwich, you know, an S2L sandwich on S3L upside down, I just gave it its new name. And that's so easy to play. That's, you know, 7 in the key of F, 7, root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root. That's an F. It's a really easy pattern to play, and the best thing about it is it sits right on top of the S3XL, which is another easy pattern to play. But how do you know which side it is? You can't. I don't want to sit there and go, does 6 go to 2? Does this go? What about the root? Yeah, the root. I mean, what about the tuning warp? You know, 6 is going to go to something else. You know, 6 is going to go to, I guess, R sharp or whatever you want to call it. How do I make sure that I line these guys up right? Over here, learn this one first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you get into the 5, 6, you lock into the 7R2. It just naturally you do it.